For coming, and I would just like to explain what we're trying to do today. Today is an opportunity to try and take each one of you directly into the battlefields of Ladakh, where the 1962 war was fought. What we are relaying, or what we are relating, is the text from a book that was written by an officer. Excuse us, sir. It was written by an officer who was actually posted in Ladakh during the battles. So the text is in first person, which means when Brigadier speaks or any of the other officers speak, and them, they are relating the text from the book of Major General Rajit Singh, who was at that time a major and served in Ladakh during the war. So that's the first point I just wanted to mention. And we are so fortunate that we have with us our Army veterans. You know all of them. But what you probably don't know is that Brigadier Vashisht has served in Ladakh and in NIFA for several years and has experience in both sectors. Colonel Saha has served extensively in NIFA, and Colonel Agarwal was involved in Kashmir counterinsurgency operations as well, so part of the terrain. However, today is not so much about us. Today we are the storytellers. And the story is about a community called Ahirs, who were the real fighters of the Battle of Rizanla. The Ahirs all came from the villages near Rewari, only 25 kilometers away from us. All of them, save 4, were martyred. And there are 2 surviving even today. They were 20-year-olds during the war, and now they're in their 80s, and they have survived to tell the story of Rizanla. In fact, in Rewari, there is a memorial for the Battle of Rizanla, and that is one of the battles that we will be describing. You may find that some of the words are technical, they're army language, of course, because that is from the text of the book. Please bear with us. It's a tough subject, it's a somber subject, it's a difficult story to tell, but we believe that it is a story that must be told over and over again, lest we forget what were the lessons of that war and what we have learned from the defeat in the war. To today, when we have become one of the strongest and largest armies in the world. That was not the situation in 1962. May I kindly request everybody to please put their phones on silent. Everybody on silent mode? The history of Ladakh. The first settlers in Ladakh were the Mongols from North India. Then came the Tars from Baltistan, followed by the Mongols from the east. The people of Ladakh are a happy mixture of these 3 groups. Ladakh's historical records go as far back as 400 BC. However, information prior to the 16th century is scanty. The Li Chou dynasty ruled Ladakh till the end of the 15th century. It was during the reign of this dynasty that the Kangur, a 100-volume scripture of Ladakh, was compiled. The Namgyal dynasty came into power in the 16th century. Ladakh was invaded by Ali Mir, the ruler of Skardu, and by Ahmed Khan, the chief of the Baltis. This invader was given a crushing defeat. It was during his reign that Rudok was also added to the kingdom of Ladakh. Namgyal dynasty reigned from AD 1620 to about 1670. Then there was an invasion by the Sokpos, a Mongol tribe from across the east, and gradually the Namgyal dynasty declined due to subsequent weak kings. In 1834, Zorawar Singh, a general in the army of Raja Gulab Singh of Jammu, invaded Ladakh. The famous general of Jammu Raj was a Dogra Rajput from Kangra. He was given the title of Wazir and appointed the governor of Kishtwar, which had been recently annexed. Having taken Kishtwar, the ambitious Raja ordered Zorawar Singh to extend his territory up to Ladakh on the pretext that Ladakh was once under Kishtwar and should be so restored. Crossing the Zanskar range from Kishtwar in 1834, Zorawar and his army of 10,000 troops fought in an inhospitable terrain for nearly 6 years. By 1840, Ladakh had finally been made a tributary of the Dogra Raj. Towards the end of 1847, Zorawar Singh undertook the invasion of Baltistan, which constitute the 3 states of Skardu, Gilgit, and Hunza. Skardu, the largest, offered maximum resistance, but the whole of Baltistan was subjugated in a few months of fighting by an army of 15,000 Dogras. Elated by his successes, General Zorawar Singh, with the approval of Raja Gulab Singh, now decided to annex the Tibetan provinces of Rudok in the east and Gar. The pretext for the invasion was that they once formed a part of Ladakh in the 17th century. But we believe the real reason was that these provinces produced some of the finest wool in Tibet. And so in mid-1841, Zorawar set out with an army of 5,000 Dogras under Colonel Bastiram, a brave commander of Zorawar, and a force of Ladakhis and Baltis under General Ghulam Khan. The army marched from Leh along the Indus, Rudok and Gar were overrun without opposition. General Zorawar then decided to advance further, entering the holy district of Mansarovar. Zorawar's advance had been easy till now, but like the Russians during Napoleon's invasion of their land in the 18th century, and later by Hitler's armies during the intentionally fallen back to expose the attacking force to extreme cold and a long line of communications. Even the genius of Zorawar fell a victim to overconfidence and in undertaking and underestimating the enemy's capability. The two armies finally clashed in December of 1841. Though outnumbered and outstretched, the spirited general launched his troops into attack. When the battle was going well in his favor, Zorawar was severely struck in the shoulder. He fell down from his horse, and shortly thereafter, a Tibetan pierced him with a lance. As the great soldier lay dead in the battlefield, his army was demoralized with the death of their leader and lost the will to carry on the fight. Thus ended the brilliant military career of the illustrious General of India. The army takes over. Chapter 2, Colonel Agrawal.